Round two.
Round two.
Número dos.
So we're going through various articles that we've come across.
Small
That
town
are-
Oklahoma.
that are-
Southeast Times is the one that we're looking at this week.
For a quarter. Now remember, there was a day where you could get 5 sticks of
Right
Wrigley's
now that cost a quarter?
quarter.
Wow. I don't even know what our newspaper here is.
Southeast Times. So this is within the Southeast Times. I find this article embedded
Yeah.
about, and these next 3 articles all concern separate. No offense, ladies. Idabel women.
All 3 articles.
Great women in Idabel, by the way.
No doubt about it.
Know a lot of great women in Idabel.
So these are 3 different days in the newspaper and 3 different women.
Yes,
All in Idabel, Oklahoma.
all finding their way into the Southeast Times.
Wow.
The first one. This catches my eye because it involves 2 sisters.
Is this the one? Idabel woman says sister jumped out of moving car
Yes. At 3:05 a.m.
on the Lord's day, Joe.
I mean, that's coming into church hot.
Hot.
Very hot.
At about 3:05 a.m. Sunday, October 25th, a 21-year-old Idabel woman filed a report with Idabel police. Clearly upset. I mean, envision, you could wait till the next morning to go file this report because nothing within the body of this report as we go through it is going to change by morning time.
Right.
All right? So this all happened earlier than 3:05 a.m. This probably happened like 10 o'clock at night.
You think so?
Let's see what she says. She says she picked up her sister. Now, this is a 21-year-old making a report to the Idabel police on her 23-year-old sister. She takes her 23-year-old sister
They're
to
both
the,
kids.
I mean, one, what are they doing out?
I don't know. Grandma always said anything past midnight ain't going to be good.
Well, I bet Grandma chided them, assuming she's still alive. While en route, taking her sister to the store, for whatever reason, her sister became angry and grabbed the steering wheel while the vehicle was in motion. So let's think about that for a minute. Whenever you're a passenger, have you ever been a passenger in a car and the driver of the car you're a passenger in is texting and trying to drive?
Yeah, I hate that.
I'm wondering. I hate it.
Yeah.
Brad?
Not in favor of it.
Clearly your attention is being compromised, right?
Right.
If you're the driver and you're trying to text, right? Don't text and drive. Everybody sees that. Well, I'm wondering, because it's silent.
I signed the thing not to ever text and drive.
That is so good because I don't think the 21-year-old did. And I'm wondering if the 23-year-old became upset at the 21-year-old and grabbed the steering wheel because 21-year-old was texting and trying to drive her while en route to the store. That's what I surmise from this right there.
Look, coffee's here.
Coffee.
Awesome.
Special delivery.
Thanks, Kate.
Welcome.
Okay.
We need that. You're missing this Idabel woman story. The 21-year-old said she told her 23-year-old sister, please stop. The 23-year-old's grabbing the steering wheel. The 21-year-old's trying to drive. The 21-year-old screaming at her older sister, please stop.
So the younger one's the more mature one in this situation.
And her older sister,
Right.
when told to stop.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you this.
She went and got her mommy.
No. The older sister jumped out of the car.
Well, it says right here they went and got their mom.
So what do we have so far?
We got somebody texting while they're driving.
Grabbing the steering wheel.
And the 23-year-old gets out with the phone, right?
Right.
They never make it to the store. 21-year-old goes and gets her mama,
Right.
telling on her older sister.
Trying to calm her down.
The 21-year-old said that she then went and picked up their mother to try and calm down the 23-year-old sister and get back her new phone.
Again, 3 o'clock in the morning.
New phone taken by a sister jumping out of a moving car.
Right. But they're doing this all at 3 in the morning.
You know, one credit.
We'll say,
10
10 to 2.
10 to 2.
10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Sounds like mama and her daughters were going out to party.
The 21-year-old said she and her mother went to a convenience store where she watched her sister walk into after she jumped from the moving car.
So the sister jumped from the car.
and walked her happy ass right into that convenience store with a new phone.
What did she do when she got in the car or in the convenience store?
Well, the 21-year-old goes and gets her mama.
Right.
I guess to calm down the 23-year-old who's walked herself into the convenience store, probably the Easy Mart. The clerk tells the 21-year-old when she comes back to the convenience store,
Right.
where the 21-year-old saw her 23-year-old sister go into after jumping from a moving car with a brand new cell phone valued at $500, the clerk told her the 23-year-old walked away, but before she did, terrible.
Smashed her cell phone.
Smash your cell phone. It's like, you ever thrown away $500?
And she stomped on
I
it.
did it once in Vegas, just at the blackjack table. That's throwing away it's value. She smashed $500.
But I find it,
you know,
there's a difference in blowing 500 at the blackjack table and destroying
I hope she had insurance.
or being a participant in destruction of property. But do you see a difference in blowing 500 in Vegas and stomping on a cell phone that doesn't belong to you that you know is your sister's brand new one?
Absolutely. Probably if you're doing that in Vegas, you probably have the $500 to blow. If you're smashing your phone on the ground, you probably don't know what you're doing.
Next one. Idabel woman shoots her foot.
What?
oh, yeah. Yeah.
This worries me.
It sounds like you're picking on women in Idabel, Joe.
No, but I'm worried about women that are packing a pistol in a purse that you drop the pistol out of the purse while sitting on your bed with your husband, and it discharges and shoots the woman in the
You
leg.
think that's really what happened? Do you think it fell out and just shot itself? A 22 pistol?
That is,
What kind of pistol is this?
well, a 22 caliber.
22
Right.
caliber.
But apparently the woman showed up at the McCurtain Memorial Hospital with a gunshot wound, and what did McCurtain County Memorial Hospital do? Called the popo.
I still don't know how this 22 caliber went off by itself.
Well, the 41-year-old woman told the officer that when she reached to grab her purse and open it, her 22 caliber pistol fell out and onto the floor, and when it hit the floor, the gun discharged.
I don't see how that happened.
I got a pistol.
Yeah?
You could drop that pistol all day long and it ain't going to discharge.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. How did this happen?
No charges were
No
filed.
charges are filed.
I think
you
her
know
husband
that-
shot her.
You think she's covered?
Yeah,
She's covered.
absolutely.
We don't know.
Maybe she shot herself cleaning the gun.
Well, if the
Maybe-
husband shot her, why
Maybe
would
she just dropped it and it just went off all by itself, like she says.
So maybe she
We have
cocked
to
the
take
gun.
her for
What
her
kind-
word.
what-
She's a hey.
You're right. Maybe she cocked the gun
She
and
cocked
then
the
it
gun
dropped.
and then dropped and
She
it
didn't
got her
say
leg.
that.
True.
Now y'all are reading into it.
Exactly.
You have to trust her.
Okay. Then her husband
She's
shot
telling.
her.
I mean, it's in the newspaper.
Well,
We know that it's factual.
Let me tell you
she
what I
said.
like. I like the fact that the husband took her for treatment. He stood by his woman.
Yes.
Right?
Well, because he just shot her.
Unlike some other Idabel men that we know.
Unlike
Unlike our next article.
this coward.
Whoever this guy, I want to call some of these people up. I want to figure out their names, their numbers. The two girls, the sisters. I want to call them up. I'll talk to them.
I like how all this happened. Oh, this next one actually happened in the morning.
This was when there was daylight out.
Right. And it's, did you notice they're,
All the other stuff happens at night.
did you notice they're all on Sunday?
Well,
Every one of them.
Saturday night to Sunday.
Gotcha.
This one,
The report was made at about 11:20 in the morning.
In the morning. So everyone's supposed to be in church
Right.
The badness happened the night before.
the night before. Exactly.
People, have you ever bitten somebody?
No. Have you?
No.
Well,
I don't
no.
think I've bitten anybody. I don't think about it.
I mean, maybe I've bitten my
Well, it
arm
was like maybe
for,
as a kid.
for a scratch.
know?
I don't understand how a woman says she was beaten by a group of people and bitten on the stomach. Where in the world would that go down?
McCurtain County.
I don't understand it.
I don't either.
The officer was told by night shift officers the woman had been assaulted in the early morning hours. See, again, it goes back to grandma. Anything after midnight ain't good, right?
Telling you.
Here we are. They had been intoxicated. They couldn't even make a report. They were so intoxicated at that time. She was checked out by EMS, but had refused to go to the hospital. The woman told the officer late Saturday night or early Sunday morning she was attacked by a black female, and a few other people joined in outside some apartments. She said these people stomped her. The woman bit her on the stomach. Dang, I bet that hurt. You know how sensitive? You know,
Yeah, I'm ticklish. I can't imagine getting bitten.
It would be.
N-words were being thrown around. And she believes that's why those people jumped her was because of some of the people there were standing around using the N-word. That's why she thinks she got jumped. The woman told the officer of a black male known by the nickname
Buck.
had kicked her in the back of the head. Well, now listen, this isn't New York City. This is small town southeastern Oklahoma. People know who Buck is, right?
Right.
Guess
They
what?
know who everybody is.
They also know that Buck goes by another name.
Little Keith.
And that was a 22-year-old Ida Bell man. Now we're connecting Ida Bell man to Ida Bell woman. The officer called the 29-year-old woman back and asked her if the name sounded familiar, and she said, yes, unlike the woman accosted at the mailbox, and she can't do
Can't come. Yep.
Right. She knew
Now-
exactly who this was.
We just got the I dotted. Ends with this story. Unlike
This is
the good man whose wife shot herself accidentally when the gun
takes her to the hospital.
I mean, for better or for worse,
Right.
richer or for poor, husband, wife. But when you ain't husband and wife and you don't have those vows cementing
Right.
that relationship, what happens is on this woman bitten on the stomach when she was attacked by a group of people, apparently what was left out of that story,
Just who bit her again?
well, we think it was a woman. It sounds like a woman. I'm not offending.
So they're all fighting.
I don't see a man biting a woman on the stomach, but I see a woman biting a woman on the
So
stomach.
they're all fighting in the middle of the street, and she gets bitten in the stomach.
While her boyfriend is standing there.
Doing nothing.
Wow.
Coward.
I bet everybody in McCurtain County knows who he is now.
She also said, this is black and white in the Southeast Times. The only thing worse is using his cowardly name. Quote, she also said her boyfriend, who she had been arguing with earlier, stood by as she was being assaulted and did nothing. Brian, stop it.
Did they talk to the boyfriend?
End of story.
End of story.
It leaves so many questions.
So what's going on in Ida Bell, Oklahoma?
Ida Bell's awesome.
What part of Oklahoma is it in?
Curtin County.
McCurtain County, that's right.
You know how long a drive it is from Oklahoma City to Ida Bell?
I do not.
5,
5 hours?
thereabouts.
4.5, 5.
Wow, that's a long way. And apparently things get wild on a Saturday night.
So what I've heard's going on down there past 3 years, 4 years, 5 years.
A lot of Louisianans coming up.
A lot of new businesses going around that lake, cabins, in particular that area called Hochatown.
I've heard of Hochatown.
Hochatown.
Hochatown, Oklahoma is the thriving monopolist in southeastern Oklahoma. Broken Bow in fact, I heard that Broken Bow even tried to incorporate Hochatown,
Wow.
and Hochatown beat that effort back.
So what is it, all Texans coming up to buy their properties? Buy their
It's beautiful.
cabins?
Broken Bow. It's beautiful.
I don't have a problem with
My wife and I drove to Hot Springs, Arkansas from Stigler, America,
I've been to
through
Stigler.
Podo, and we purposely took a wrong turn, went down to Ida Bell, then back up. It was like a 7-hour drive one day. Gorgeous.
Wow.
Probably the best country I've seen.
it is beautiful country. A lot of trees, God's
Hey,
country. They
so
call
The
it
leaves
God's
change
country.
colors there?
Oh yeah. As long as you stay away from the black crystalline substance,
Right.
you're going to be all
Don't
right.
have that in your car.
And don't have a
boot.
dent,
When you're assaulting a
Needle
lady.
Town.
Yeah.
Right.
because the guy is still out there.
I'm telling you, that other story, the police, they let him go. They got the wrong guy.
We do need to do our public service announcement.
Okay.
There's a scam going on down there.
Oh, that's right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Beware of scam. Someone will
Beware of
receive-
scams.
They call you on the cell phone.
Someone will receive a call informing them they have won money. Now, how many times have you ever gotten a phone call where someone said, Steve, you've won some money?
I have actually only had it a couple times. I've had friends have it several times. I've even had to stop it sometimes.
Was it an honest winning of money?
No, absolutely
It was a
not.
scam.
It was a scam. It's always a scam.
So,
In fact, one of the times I got on and the caller got mad at me and started cussing me out because I took my friend off the phone.
to save that person from being scammed.
Yeah,
And isn't that ironic when the scammer gets upset
right,
for being called out about scamming?
right. He literally called my friend on the phone, on his cell phone, and said, "You've just won a lot of money, and I need you to turn on your computer and go to this website." So my friend did. He said, "Okay, now enter this code," and my friend did, and shit just started happening on his computer, just like that. And that's when my friend saw the red flag. He didn't see it. And
He called you?
He called me. So I went in there and I got on his computer and saw what was happening. And I literally just unplugged it from the wall. And when I unplugged it from the wall, the guy on the phone started cussing me, F-bombs. We're not going to say them here today, but just start unleashing on me for unplugging the computer.
I bet that is the same SOB that tried to break into that woman's car at the mailbox.
I bet you it is.
Could be.
But what happened here? There's a scam going down in McCurtain County. People are literally calling
and-
people.
and-
Calling people, tell them to show up
probably
at the bank.
probably the same person that got mad at Steve for turning that computer off. To stress it is for real, part of our public service here for McCurtain County, we're telling you folks, be aware of this, because when you get the phone call and they say you've won money, in stressing that it's a real deal, the caller tells the person to meet them at their local bank. But guess what? When you go to your local bank, the scammer doesn't show up.
Imagine that.
And then the caller, the scammer, contacts the person again. The potential winner is asked to put the certain amount of money on a card.
So they won money, but they're telling you to put money on a card.
Right.
Okay.
How does that make any sense?
I don't know. People
I'm
do it.
wondering, I'm almost thinking a person that falls for this scam is entitled to be scammed.
Yeah.
You won $1,000, Steve.
Right.
Now, I need you to go down to the bank. I'm going to meet you down there. I don't meet you down there. I call you back and say, wait a minute. You need to go put $1,000 of your money on the card,
Right.
and then the card is immediately wiped out. And you're
out.
down
Right.
1,000, right?
Right.
But you never got the 1,000 the caller said you won.
Right.
The scam was pulled on an elderly woman in Valiant. The scammer ought to go straight to hell.
He or she is.
The article says Valiant is in McCurtain County, so it is taking place in McCurtain County.
Wow.
Hopefully, word gets out.
I want some Haskell County news. Stigler. We've kind of gone all over McCurtain County.
Yeah. What other small town newspapers do we have?
Well, that's what I want. I'm going to look up some small town newspapers.
And if any of you out there know of stories that are happening in your small
Yeah,
towns,
I want to hear about them.
yeah, or you subscribe to a small town newspaper, send them to us. We'll
Even
have
in
we'll have our email.
We'll take Frederick Snyder.
Photo Daily News and Sun.
There you go.
These were just all in McCurtain County, which is beautiful country. Ida Bell, Ed Fulmer, Cindy Fulmer. You guys do a great job down there.
I love the reporting.
With Ida Bell and all of McCurtain County. Great charity people, great people to know. This just happened to be on McCurtain County, which is great news.
Right.
So,
Maybe we get somebody from McCurtain County to call in next time.
well, yeah, that's one thing that we
might be
are going
fun.
to do is we're going to figure out some of these people's names, and we're going to call them up.
I would love that.
I would like their side of the story.
Right.
I want the two sisters.
I
With
want
the cell
the-
phone. And you know what? I think since it's the giving spirit that we figure out who the lady is with the mailbox, and we send her an alert system for her mailbox. So
I
she
like
knows
that idea.
when her mail's there, so she doesn't have to check it, and this doesn't happen to her again. We've got to solve some problems. That's what we're talking about. We're
Problem solved.
we're problem solvers.
So if you're that lady or you know who that lady is, get us her
Just
address.
let us know.
Yeah, let us
And
know.
we'll dig it up. But I think we come out. We'll take a few sponsors too. I do want to give a little plug in for all the newspapers that we're looking at. Southwest Times, or
Southeast Times.
Southeast Times.
But there's also a Southwest Times out of Fort Smith. We got to go to a commercial break, but I want to tell you, when we come back, we're going to talk about this man being attacked in none other than Ho Chi Town.
Ho Chi Town.
There we go.
Ho Chi Town.
That's our lead into that. We'll be right back.